Jewish Studies exam coming up soon. We've been learning this Mishnah. This has been our introduction to Gemara. Let's go through it, make sure we know what we're doing. So the Mishnah is divided into two sections. Now, if you look in the text, you won't see that physical division. They're called in proper terminology the Reisha and the Sefer, meaning the head and the ending. But we're calling them here for the sake of clarity, Scenario 1 and Scenario 2. So let's read Scenario 1 together. We'll do it in Hebrew and in English. We'll explain what's going on. Shor shenagach et hapara, an ox that gored a cow, meaning, right? Cow's now dead. V'nimsa ubra betzida, and its, meaning the cow's fetus, is found by its side. Ve'en yadua, and it's impossible to know. Im ad shelo nagcha yalda, if before goring the fetus was born. Im mishanagcha yalda, or if after and as a result of the goring the fetus was born. What happens? Mishalem chetzi nezek lepara, or avia nezek levlad. The owner of the ox must pay half damages for the cow and quarter damages for the fetus. Now, here is what we are dealing with. This Mishnah is dealing with a concept. The concept is when we have a combination of a debt which we know about and a debt which we do not know about. What do? Meaning, the owner of the ox, for sure, let's assume there were witnesses. So it's a known fact that the ox killed the cow. There's no doubt about it in this case. We're also going to assume that the ox was a tam, meaning what? Yoni, explain for the camera what a tam means and what difference that makes for our case.
Okay, so what tam means is that we can only pay half price on whatever we are whatever we are liable for. So if I have possessions over something and it...
But why?
I don't know.
What is a tam as opposed to a muad?
It's not normally aggressive.
It's when you couldn't have seen it coming and you didn't know that the ox would attack the cow.
Right, this is an ox that doesn't normally behave this way. Okay, so what's going to happen now is the owner of the ox needs to pay for half the cow, or rather half the damage. Meaning the damage being the value of the cow before minus the value of the cow afterwards. Right? And now it's going to have to pay half of that. But the owner of the cow will say, wait a minute, it's not just my cow. Your ox killed a cow and a calf. The owner of the, right, so therefore you have to pay half of the value of the cow and half the value of the calf. The owner of the ox would claim, no, I had to pay half the value for the cow, but the calf had probably already been born and died of completely different circumstances. So what they both agree on is the payment for the cow, but they don't agree on the payment for the calf. The author of this Mishnah says you pay quarter damages for the vlad. Why quarter? The vlad being the fetus, half of the half. They're arguing about 50% of the value of the calf. And when there's an argument, according to the author of this Mishnah, you meet halfway. You say I owe you 50%, I say I owe you 0%. The halfway mark between 0% and 50% is 25%. Right? That is part one of the Mishnah. Pause.